Hey, what's going on guys? Tim here again. In today's video, we're learning how to make a bifold paracord wallet. So seeing how you guys liked that first slim paracord wallet so much, I figured we'd do another version, this time like a bifold wallet, so a bit bigger. You can fold it over, you can put some cards in it, some money, and yeah, overall really cool. So that being said, that's what we're doing today, and let's get into the tutorial. So for this project, I'm using two different colors of 550 paracord. I've got a small piece of cardboard, and ignore the measurements on there, use the measurements I have displayed on screen. Got two of my fids with their fid extensions to make it a bit easier. And also last but not least, I've got my jet lighter. So first, what we're going to do is gut our paracord. We're going to cut off both ends and yank out all the inner guts. You don't have to do this, but I want a nice slim wallet. You can do this with, ungutted paracord, but it will be much thicker and probably a bit harder to bend over, but it'll still work. So you can decide what you want to do, but the amount of paracord used will change depending on if you gut it or not. So for this example, we are using gutted paracord. So get all those inner guts out because we don't need them. For the next step, I'm going to flatten my paracord. I am using a hair straightener for this task. You can use an iron, but whatever you do, keep the heat low and maybe do one or two passes over it. I got a little overconfident and I may have just slightly melted my paracord, so you might see some slight shiny spots in my example. So to avoid that, keep the heat low and just do multiple passes. Get the cord nice and flat, because that's really going to help keep all the weaving nice and straight. So it should make things a lot easier. So do that step next. Now with our cords joined, I used the Manny method. If you don't know how to do that, you can check my link down below for the Manny method and how to join the cords. I'm going to line it up on the top right corner of my piece of cardboard, like so. And this edge is going to be the closed edge of the wallet. It's going to open on the other side. To make things a lot easier, I'm going to grab a clip and I'm just going to use that to hold that cord there. I'm going to line those cords up parallel with the cardboard along the edge. You're going to turn it around to this side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to twist the cords not around once, and keep the brown on the brown side and the red on the red side. So when you just do a quick twist like that, you keep the cords on their correct sides, because as you saw in the example, it's red on one side and brown on the other. And what you're going to do now is bring the cords back to the other side, and you're going to do the exact same process. So your edge on the side should look like what I have here. I'm going to use another clip to hold that edge down. It'll make things a lot easier. If you don't have these clips, you can use whatever you can find, paper clips, whatnot. And you're just going to continue this process of twisting the cord. I'm twisting counterclockwise, and then bring the cords down the cardboard to the other side, and you're going to do this all the way down the entire piece of cardboard. So yeah, just continue that process as you go down. Keep the cords as flat as possible. Make sure there's no twists in them, except for the edges where they cross over. But you want these cords laying completely flat against your cardboard, and try to push them up so that they are edge to edge with the other cords. You don't want them too loose, and again, not too tight either. So when the cord is laying flat, you want them all lined up really nice. So once that's done, you should have something that looks like what I have here. I have a third clip just holding that other side. And now when you get to the very end on the final corner, you're going to give it one more twist, like so. This part will be a little tricky because you gotta try to hold everything together while you do that, but do what you can. Now I'm actually going to move the clip down a little bit because we're going to start weaving our cords from that top left corner back down to the right side. And I'm just making sure all my chords are kind of lined up properly here. So the cord will go from that corner, come back down to the right side there. And that's the direction in which we're going to start weaving. Now from here, I've got my fids attached to my paracord, and I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to go do the usual over-under kind of paracord, or sorry, basket weaving type. Same weave we used in the previous video. But yeah, I'm starting by going over and under, and just make sure you alternate properly. I like to use the fid in the right hand, and then with my left hand, I pull up on the chords that the fid needs to go under. And I find that method tends to work the best, because there is that cardboard in there, and it does make it a little bit difficult to kind of weave, but you can kind of remedy that by just pulling up on the strands. Now that you've got your fid through, you're just going to pull all the excess paracord straight through. And what's going to happen is your cord will tangle. I'm not saying it definitely will, just because of the nature of it, and you will have to just get those twists out and make sure that the cord is laying properly. You'll see what I'm going to do in a sec here. So, and be careful, that might come off on the side there, but just hold it back down. And you're gonna have to see there's a twist there, so I'm going to have to untwist that cord, and you'll know it when you actually try it out. The cord can only really lay a specific way, and you'll need to get your cord looking that way. So I'm just going to continue untwisting the cord, and this is probably the most annoying, kind of time-consuming part of this project. There's no real way around it. You can kind of keep your cord as flat as possible, but sometimes it just gets twisted, and you'll have to just kind of manually untwist it with your fingers, and it can be a little tiring, but it's necessary. So just do what you can to get all those twists out. What I like to do is actually just grab the cord and twist away from me, and I find it's just easier on the wrists that way. And now that I have that cord kind of sitting the right way, I can pull down on it. Don't pull too hard, because it's gonna yank the cord on the top. It's gonna kind of deform it. So yeah, you can see the cord is through, and you're gonna use your fid and just push it all the way to the edge there and get it lined up. So just adjust your clips as necessary and push up on that cord and get it all the way to the edge. So now that we finished that first side, you're going to switch to the other side. We did just one pass on the other side, and we're going to switch to the red, because we need to get this cord in place to make it easier for just the whole thing to stay together. So now we're going to do the exact same thing on the red side. You're going to go over and under, and you're going to go all the way down the wallet on this side, and you're doing the exact same thing on this side. And after you get the first couple weaves down, you can do 2 passes before switching back and forth. But I'm just going to do the exact same thing with the same method. Pull up on the cords and go under them. And you can see that's where the many method join was. The basket weave will kind of cover a bit of that. I should have made my join a little bit smaller, but it's fine. It should be okay. So now again, pull all your cord through, and again, get out all the tangles or twists. And once you get that last couple of twists out, again, just push that first cord and get it lined up with the edge of the wallet, and your corners should look similar to mine. Just use your fid and push those cords all the way up and keep them nice and straight. So now that we have both the red and brown strands on the same side again, we're going to do the counterclockwise twist, and you're going to bring the colors back to their respective sides. Okay, so you'll know you're doing it right, because the red always stays on the red side and the brown always stays on the brown side. It can be a little tricky working with such long cords, so just you'll test your cord management. Now you're going to bring the cord and start weaving it back the way you came. So note that on my right side, this is the side that's going to be the closed side, because I did the twist on the right side, as you can see here. And that is going to be the closed side of the wallet, whereas the other side to my left, that's going to be the open side. That's where you're going to put the money in. So give it the twist that cord around, and get them on their correct sides. So now I'm going to start weaving back the way I came. And again, I'm going to do the exact same techniques. I'm just kind of line it up there to show you which way I'm going. I'm going to grab my fid, and again, just make sure that twist stays in place. I'm going over that red and go do the over under thing again, and go back towards the other side of the wallet. And once you've pulled all that cord through, make sure it's nice and flat, untwisted. Push the cord back up, of course, up to the top of the area that we've woven. And at this point, after you've gotten everything lined up, now I'm going to go back the way I came, and of course we're leaving the left side open. So I'm just going to again weave my over under pattern, and just make sure you're alternating. You're not make sure you're doing the opposite of the previous strand. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And I'm using a second fid here because sometimes the weaves can get a little tight, and instead of it becoming kind of hard to pinch up with your finger, I'm just using another fid to lift the cord that I'm going under. Then I just pull it through. So get all that cord again to the other side, and make sure there's no real twists in it. And you're also going to have to make sure that little loop there where the brown is looping in on itself, make sure that sits right. And it can only really sit one way again. So you'll know what you did just looking at it, and make sure it's not too twisted up. So again, I'm going to use my fid and line everything up. Now going back to the red side, we're going to do the exact same thing. We've already twisted the cord on the right side there, and we're just going to start again feeding that paracord over and under through the wallet, and just get it all the way to the open side of the wallet. So now we're going to go back the way we came again with the red strand, and of course that side is the open side, so we're going to go back towards where the other brown strand is. So once you do the first couple passes, it's pretty much easy from there, because you've already done it twice, and you really just make sure you cross the strands on the closed side of the wallet, and then you just go back and forth doing the over under pattern. So again, went over and under, and you pull all that cord through, and make sure there's no twists, and make sure everything's laying nice and flat. So you're just going to continue this pattern of doing the over under weave, do 2 passes across to the open side of the wallet, and then bring it back, bring both cords back to the closed side, twist them, and then do it again. So that's essentially the pattern that you're just going to have to repeat. Do that all the way down your wallet to the other side. And again, remember to keep those cords as straight as possible. Use your fid to push down on the cords and keep everything nice and tight to keep the wallet looking good. And yeah, just do that and get to the other side. Now getting to the end of the wallet, it's a little tricky. The weaves will be very tight because of the cardboard underneath, and there's not a whole lot of slack left. So again, I'm using the kind of double fid method of getting that through, and basically try to get as many passes through as possible. But ideally what you want to do is you want to end with the chords. The last pass has to be going towards the open end of the wallet. So make sure, try to work it out so that the last pass is going towards the open side. I'm actually going to take the cardboard out now because it'll make this very last pass easier. So just very carefully take that out. Don't mess up the work you've done already, and get that cardboard out. So now that you've got that cardboard out, we're doing our last crossover, and we're doing one single pass to get that chord back towards where we came from, towards the open side of the wallet. So you're going to do that for the brown strand as well as for the red strand. So do the exact same for the red strand, and of course just be careful, make sure you're going over and under the proper way, and get the red strand to the other side, and we'll be ready to finish this wallet off. Now that both chords ended up on the top, I'm just going to trim the excess paracord off. Just leave, a few millimeters, maybe half a centimeter or so, quarter of an inch or an eighth, whatever it is. Just leave a little bit, clip it off, and melt them. I'm actually going to melt them together and press them down with my tool, my knotter's tool there. And that's going to just, fuse them together, make them nice and secure so they don't ever come apart. And that is it. There is our Paracord wallet. So it's ready to go. It can hold a bit of money. It's got that nice red lining. I like the red on the inside. And make sure you follow my measurements in the video. My actual example was a little short, so it didn't really fit cards that well, but I adjusted the measurements in the video, so you should be fine if you want to fit cards in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Billfold Paracord wallet. Not perfect, but I think it came out all right, and I hope you guys liked it. So remember, if you're looking for where to get Paracord, check out those affiliate links down below. And always a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who help make all these videos possible with their generous donations. They're really supporting the channel. If you want access to exclusive videos, exclusive tutorials, as well as the monthly giveaway, get access to that, check out my Patreon page. Link is in the video as well as down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next video.